Nepal, a small landlocked country nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, has long been admired for its natural beauty, spiritual heritage, and commitment to peaceful coexistence. But in the rapidly evolving landscape of global geopolitics, the same geographical positioning that once kept Nepal safe and secluded is now becoming a source of vulnerability and silent danger. As the world edges closer to new wars, economic, proxy, cyber, and even kinetic, Nepal finds itself in the middle of a geopolitical battlefield where the stakes are no longer just regional, but global. Surrounded by two of the world's most powerful and competitive giants, China to the north and India to the south, Nepal's geopolitical reality is shifting at an alarming pace. The rising tensions between these two nuclear-armed neighbors are no longer hidden behind diplomatic curtains. They are now expressed through infrastructure races, border disputes, trade restrictions, and influence campaigns that stretch across South Asia. The 2020 border skirmishes between India and China, particularly in the Ladakh region, signaled a chilling truth. War is no longer a distant idea. It is a looming possibility. And if such a conflict erupts, Nepal's position at the intersection of their strategic frontlines makes it more exposed than ever before. China's Belt and Road Initiative, which Nepal officially joined in 2017, has opened the door to major infrastructure projects and promises of economic development. But it has also led to increased dependency on Chinese financing and raised concerns over sovereignty and long-term debt. On the other side, India's traditional influence in Nepal is facing stiff competition from China's growing presence. India, feeling threatened by this shift, has hardened its stance, especially when it comes to sensitive issues like border management, trade corridors, and hydropower projects. And in the background, the United States is pushing forward with its Indo-Pacific strategy, a broader framework designed to contain Chinese influence in Asia. This makes Nepal a high-value pivot point in a new Cold War that is no longer theoretical but already in motion. Nepal is not just being watched by neighboring giants. It is being assessed, targeted, and potentially used as a buffer zone, a corridor, and even a pawn in a much larger strategic game. Western interests, especially from the United States, are trying to counter China's rise by investing in strategic footholds across South Asia, including Nepal. Recent controversies surrounding the Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC, compact and rumors of future defense-related agreements have intensified the fear that Nepal may eventually be pressured into choosing sides. And in the era of great power competition, neutrality is no longer seen as strength, it is seen as indecision. That puts Nepal in a dangerous bind. Internally, Nepal's political instability makes the situation even more volatile. Frequent changes in government, party infighting, and the lack of a stable long-term vision have created a leadership vacuum that foreign powers can easily exploit. When national unity is weak, foreign agendas seep through cracks in governance. Already, foreign-funded NGOs, covert influence operations, and intelligence interests are rumored to be active within Nepal, quietly pushing narratives, building loyalties, and preparing the ground for future advantage. The citizens of Nepal, meanwhile, remain unaware of just how much is at stake. As climate change accelerates and the global demand for water increases, the Himalayas, home to the world's most important freshwater sources, are becoming a strategic goldmine. Control over rivers like the Koshi, Gandaki, and Karnali is no longer just an environmental concern. It is a geopolitical prize. If future wars are fought over water, Nepal will be at the epicenter. The hydropower sector, while promising in economic terms, is already being eyed by foreign governments and corporations as a tool of influence. Whichever power controls Nepal's rivers may ultimately control a significant part of South Asia's energy and water security. In the digital realm, the battle is just as fierce. Cyber warfare, disinformation campaigns, and electronic surveillance are now weapons of modern conflict. Nepal's growing reliance on foreign telecom infrastructure and digital platforms could open the doors to mass surveillance, data theft, and manipulation from both state and non-state actors. With no robust cybersecurity laws or advanced defense systems, Nepal is at the mercy of global cyber agendas that it neither created nor controlled. The upcoming wars may not always be fought with bullets and bombs. There will be economic wars, trade wars, ideological wars, and resource wars. But when these escalate, as history shows they always do, military conflict becomes inevitable. And when that happens, Nepal may find itself dragged into a war it never declared, fighting a battle it cannot win for interests that are not its own. The silence of today should not be mistaken for safety. The world is moving toward hard choices. Nations are picking sides, alliances are being tested, and buffer states like Nepal are becoming the battlegrounds of tomorrow. If Nepal does not urgently redefine its foreign policy, strengthen its internal governance, invest in independent defense capabilities, and awaken to the realities of this unfolding storm, it risks being swept away by forces far beyond its control. Because the next global conflict will not respect neutrality. It will not pause for smaller nations to decide their stance. It will arrive uninvited, fast, and unforgiving. And if Nepal remains unprepared, it may find that its greatest threat was never an enemy outside, but its own refusal to see what was coming. This is not alarmism, this is not speculation. This is the beginning of a geopolitical crisis unfolding in real time. And Nepal is in the center of it.